The boxers have been given their instructions. The seconds are out. The crowd is ready for another edition of Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing with your presenter, the boxing historian, Greg Rashid.
Well, I want to say Swaddy Krap to everyone out there, which means hello in Thai. Yes, if you're new to the program, I'm in Bangkok, Thailand, loving it. And this is the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast. And I'm your presenter, Greg Rashid, with another great show. I want to thank everyone who's been tuning in, listening. And you can listen anywhere. Spotify, iHeart, iTunes. But a lot of folks listen every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Mountain Time in Colorado on KUHSdenver.com, created by the one and only Henry Archuleta. And I want to say hi to all my friends in the Colorado region. I keep saying I'm coming back, and I am going to come back to visit. I'll surprise you when you least expect it. I will be there. But right now, I'm in Bangkok, Thailand, and we're going to have another great show. And I want to say to all the folks who are listening on, I would say, May the 4th in Colorado, happy Cinco de Mayo. I really miss going down to Civic Center Park and enjoying Cinco de Mayo. You know, that was so fun. And I guess you're still doing it there. I hope so. Hope no ice or anything comes in there causing problems. Hope you're having a joyous, great day. And we're got a great day with this card we have today, this fight. And if you're new to the program, let me tell you real quickly. What we do on here is fantasy fights. We take various games, card and dice games, computer games. Today we're using Title Bout 2, PC game, and we're going to put in there a great match. A classic match between Julio Cesar Chavez and Erik Morales. And this is going to be a humdinger, I know it. Two of the great Mexican fighters, not only Mexican fighters, just two of the great fighters, period, of all time. And we're going to get into this right now. And if you want to promote a fight, if you say to yourself, well, you know, I want these two guys to hook it up, or these two women, just drop me a line wherever you listen to the program, and so many other people have, and just say, you know, I'd like to see this happen. And if you want to be a Patreon, just go to patreon.com, look for Ringside Fantasy Fights and News, and contribute, you know, if you can, $1 a month, whatever you can do, so we can keep the lights on, we can keep get a new mic, get a new computer, get a little bit of everything to make this as a professional show as possible. But right now, just sit back, get your favorite beverage, and knowing that you're here, you love boxing, and we're going to have everyone's favorite commentator on this fight, the one and only Knockout Nigel. So take it away, Knockout.
Cheers, fight fans. This is Knockout Nigel, your humble commentator, reporting live from the electric atmosphere of Arena Mexico in Mexico City, where the air is thick with anticipation for this junior welterweight clash between two Mexican legends, Julio Cesar Chavez and Erik Morales. The crowd is absolutely deafening, a sea of red, white, and green flags waving furiously as we prepare for what promises to be an absolute war. Before we dive into the action, let's set the stage properly. Julio Cesar Chavez, the Lion of Culiacan, a man with a staggering record, a granite chin, and a body attack that has broken the wills of countless warriors. He's a 3-division world champion, a fighter who built his legend on relentless pressure, thudding hooks to the ribs, and an iron will that refuses to bend. And across from him, Erik El Terrible Morales, the pride of Tijuana, a tall, rangy technician with venom in both fists, a man who has stood toe-to-toe with the best of his era and never taken a backward step. This is more than a fight. This is a battle for Mexican boxing supremacy. The bell rings for round one, and here we go. Chávez, ever the aggressor, marches forward behind that high guard, his feet cutting off the ring with purpose. Morales, cool as ever, circles to his right, flicking out that sharp jab, trying to establish distance. But Chávez isn't having any of it. He steps in hard, and bang, a crushing left hook to the body. Morales grimaces, but fires back with a sharp 1-2. The right hand just grazing Chávez's temple. Chávez eats it like breakfast and keeps coming. Morales tries to pivot away, but Chávez is cutting the ring like a master. He's got Morales trapped along the ropes. Thud. Another brutal left hook to the ribs. Morales covers up, his elbows tight, but Chávez is relentless. Right hand over the top. Left hook upstairs. Morales is shelling up, his back against the ropes, weathering an absolute storm. The crowd is on their feet as Chávez digs another savage left to the liver. Morales' legs stiffen for a second. He's hurt. Morales tries to clinch, but Chávez shoves him off and unloads again. Right hand, left hook, right hand. Morales is purely in survival mode now, his high guard taking punishment, his legs looking unsteady. The referee is watching closely as Chávez continues the assault. The bell sounds just in time for Morales, who stumbles back to his corner, breathing heavily. What a disastrous start for El Terrible. Morales' corner must have given him a stern talking to between rounds because he comes out with fire in his eyes. He meets Chávez in the center and bam! A blistering right hand snaps Chávez's head back. The crowd gasps as Chávez, for the first time, is forced to take a backward step. Morales senses blood. He's letting his hands go now. A sharp 1-2 lands clean, followed by a vicious left hook that forces Chávez to clinch. Morales shoves him off and continues the assault. A stinging jab, followed by a right cross that cracks Chávez on the chin. Chávez's legs look momentarily unsteady as he retreats to the ropes. Morales is in full control now, his punches precise, his movement fluid. He digs a brutal right uppercut inside, lifting Chávez's head up. Chávez, looking frustrated, clinches again, but Morales muscles him off and rips another right hand to the body. Chávez is backing up, something we rarely see, as Morales presses forward with calculated aggression. A stiff jab pops Chávez's head back, and Morales follows with a crushing right hand that sends sweat flying. Chávez tries to fire back, but Morales slips and counters with a left hook that lands flush. The crowd is roaring as Morales dominates this round, forcing Chávez into survival mode just as he did in the first. The bell sounds, and what a turnaround. Both men meet cautiously in the center, respecting each other's power after 2 brutal rounds. Morales is circling, using his jab, while Chávez is looking for that one big shot to turn the tide. Morales flicks out a sharp 1-2, but Chávez blocks most of it. Then bam! Out of nowhere, Chávez lands a monstrous right uppercut that snaps Morales' head back violently. Morales stumbles, his legs wobbling. The crowd erupts as Chávez smells blood. He pounces like a predator, driving Morales into the neutral corner with a series of thudding hooks. Morales is trapped. Chávez unloads, right hand, left hook, right uppercut. Morales is covering up, but the punches are getting through. Another right hand, left hook. Morales isn't firing back. He's purely defensive, his guard starting to drop. The referee is hovering, watching closely as Chavez continues the onslaught. A final, devastating right uppercut cracks Morales on the chin, his head snapping back violently, his arms falling to his sides. He's defenseless. The referee leaps in immediately, wrapping Morales in his arms and waving it off. The fight is over at 2:48 of the third round. Julio Cesar Chavez wins by TKO in a dramatic, violent conclusion. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Chavez, looking every bit the legend he is, turns back the clock with a vintage performance, overwhelming Morales in a thrilling 3-round war. The Arena Mexico crowd is in absolute pandemonium as Chavez raises his arms in triumph. I will now return you to our Bangkok studio. This is Knockout Nigel signing off. Cheers.
Well, that was a quickie. My goodness. I could see that happening, though. That Julio Cesar Chavez could knock out the Erik Morales. But if they, I think that would happen. But Morales, if he did like 100 fights of those two, I think Morales would hold his own. In May, I'm not going to say he would knock out Cesar, but he'd give him a hard time. I hope you enjoyed that. And I guess since that was so short, I guess we have to go to Jessica, our martial arts expert, to give us what? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you didn't tell me about this. Seems like Knockout Nigel, he hosted another fight in Mexico, but didn't tell me about this. So, what fight is this? Oh, really? Oh, Salvador Sanchez versus Juan Manuel Marquez. Oh, really? Oh, let's get into this one right now on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Cheers. This is Knockout Nigel, your humble commentator from the pulsating heart of Mexico City, where history is about to unfold before our very eyes. The legendary Arena Coliseo is absolutely heaving tonight, a cauldron of noise, passion, and unbridled anticipation as we prepare for a featherweight dream match for the ages. In one corner, the immortal Salvador Sanchez, prematurely taken from us, but tonight resurrected in his prime, a whirlwind of precision, pressure, and ruthless finishing instinct. A man who dismantled giants, Danny Lopez, Wilfredo Gomez, Azuma Nelson. His career was a shooting star, burning brilliantly before vanishing into the night. And in the opposite corner, the indomitable Juan Manuel Marquez, a 4-division world champion, a counter-punching maestro, a man whose right hand could turn the tide of any battle in the blink of an eye. The man who gave Manny Pacquiao nightmares, who rose from the canvas to knock out the Filipino icon in one of the most dramatic moments in boxing history. Tonight, we answer the question, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Sanchez, the relentless pressure fighter with an iron chin and a killer's instinct, against Marquez, the calculating sniper who thrives on timing and precision. The styles could not be more perfectly matched for fireworks. The tension in this arena is so thick you could carve it with a knife. The fighters are in the ring. The introductions are made. The crowd is deafening. The bell sounds for round 1. The bell rings, and we're underway in this dream matchup at the Arena Coliseo. Both legends start cautiously, like two master swordsmen measuring each other's reach. Sanchez, in his classic high guard stance, creeps forward with those fluid gliding steps that made him so dangerous. His left shoulder is tucked tight, right hand poised to unleash that devastating straight right we've seen flatten so many opponents. Marquez stands slightly bladed, his left foot forward, right hand cocked and ready to fire that trademark counter right. The first minute passes with both men feinting and circling. Sanchez flicks out 3 quick jabs that Marquez either slips or blocks with his right glove. Marquez responds with a sharp, stinging jab of his own that grazes Sanchez's cheekbone, drawing first blood in this tactical battle. With 1:30 remaining, Sanchez finally commits to his first meaningful attack, a lightning-quick 1-2 combination. The jab is blocked, but the straight right lands flush on Marquez's high guard, the impact echoing through the arena. Marquez immediately counters with a right hand over the top that Sanchez narrowly avoids by rolling his shoulders in that beautiful defensive movement that was his trademark. The crowd murmurs appreciatively as both men exchange body shots in the final 30 seconds. Sanchez lands a thudding left hook to the ribs that makes Marquez exhale sharply, while Marquez answers with a stiff right to Sanchez's midsection. The bell sounds, ending a cautious but technically brilliant opening round where both legends showed flashes of their greatness. Sanchez comes out for round 2 with clear intent, his footwork more aggressive as he cuts off the ring. He doubles up his jab beautifully, the second one snapping Marquez's head back. Marquez tries to counter, but Sanchez slips under, and bam! A crushing left hook to the body lands flush on Marquez's right side. Marquez winces visibly and backs into the ropes. Sanchez pounces like a predator, unleashing a 5-punch combination. Left hook to the body, right uppercut that grazes the chin, left hook to the temple, right cross that's blocked, and another vicious left to the ribs. The crowd erupts as Marquez covers up against this onslaught. To his credit, Marquez fires back with a crisp 3-punch counter, left hook, right cross, left uppercut, that momentarily stops Sanchez's advance. But Sanchez just smiles through his mouthpiece and comes right back, digging another brutal left hook into Marquez's midsection that makes the crowd ooh in unison. The final 30 seconds sees Sanchez stalking relentlessly, cutting off the ring with those graceful steps. He lands another stinging jab right-hand combination that partially gets through Marquez's guard. The bell sounds, with Sanchez clearly taking this round on activity and effective aggression. The third round begins with Sanchez picking up where he left off, his footwork absolutely masterful as he herds Marquez into the corners. A beautiful feint draws Marquez's guard high, allowing Sanchez to crack a right hand over the top that snaps Marquez's head back violently. Sanchez smells blood. He swarms forward with a 7-punch combination, left hook to the body, right uppercut, left hook upstairs, right cross, another left hook to the body, right hand over the top, and finally, a crushing left hook to the liver that makes Marquez audibly gasp. Marquez is in serious trouble against the ropes, his face already showing signs of swelling around the left eye. He tries to clinch, but Sanchez shrugs him off and continues the assault. Left, right, left, each punch thrown with vicious intent. The referee is watching closely as Marquez's knees momentarily buckle from another crushing body shot. Just when it looks like Marquez might go down, he summons something special. A picture-perfect counter right hand that lands flush on Sanchez's chin. Sanchez stumbles back 2 steps, shaking his head to clear it. Marquez tries to follow up, but the bell sounds, saving Sanchez from further punishment. What a dramatic turn in the final seconds. The 4th round opens with Sanchez immediately going back to work on Marquez's body. He digs 3 consecutive left hooks into the ribs, each one landing with sickening thuds. Marquez's breathing is becoming labored, his mouth hanging open as he tries to suck in air. Sanchez is fighting a perfect tactical fight. He alternates between vicious body shots and sharp punches upstairs. A particularly brutal right hand to the solar plexus doubles Marquez over momentarily. The crowd is on its feet as Sanchez continues this systematic breakdown of his legendary opponent. Marquez's face is now a mask of determination mixed with pain. His left eye is swelling noticeably, and his counters, while still technically brilliant, are losing some of their snap. He lands a beautiful check left hook that momentarily stops Sanchez's advance, but Sanchez just nods and comes right back with another assault to the body. The final minute sees Sanchez land a stunning 8-punch combination, mixing head and body shots beautifully. Marquez covers up valiantly, but several punches sneak through his guard. The bell sounds with Sanchez firmly in control, but we've seen Marquez come back from worse situations in his legendary career. Round 5 begins with Sanchez picking up where he left off. His punch is sharp and accurate. He lands a crushing right hand to Marquez's already swollen left eye, causing immediate additional swelling. Marquez's face is now a mess, but his heart is unquestionable as he fires back with a sharp combination of his own. Sanchez continues his relentless body attack, digging left hooks into Marquez's ribs with thudding regularity. The cumulative effect is starting to show. Marquez's movements are slightly slower, his counters not quite as sharp. Still, he manages to land a beautiful counter, right hand, that momentarily backs Sanchez up. The middle of the round sees Sanchez trap Marquez in a neutral corner and unleash a vicious 10-punch combination. Punches are coming from all angles, hooks, uppercuts, straight rights, all delivered with perfect technique. Marquez covers up brilliantly, but several punches get through, snapping his head back violently. The final 30 seconds is all Sanchez as he continues his assault. The crowd is chanting, "Salvador! Salvador!" as he lands another brutal 3-punch combination to end the round. Marquez's corner will have their work cut out for them between rounds as their warrior is taking a terrible beating. The 6th round opens with Sanchez immediately stalking forward, his left eye now nearly swollen shut from Sanchez's pinpoint accurate punches. Sanchez is fighting with controlled fury, his punches sharp and accurate. He lands a crushing right hand to the body that makes Marquez wince in pain. Marquez's counters, while still technically sound, are losing their power. He lands a beautiful check hook that momentarily stops Sanchez, but Sanchez just smiles and comes right back with another assault. The difference in physical strength is becoming apparent as Sanchez's punches are visibly moving Marquez whenever they land clean. The middle portion of the round sees Sanchez land a brutal 5-punch combination to both head and body. A particularly vicious left hook to the liver makes Marquez bend over at the waist momentarily. Sanchez follows up with a right uppercut that snaps Marquez's head back violently. The final minute is all Sanchez as he continues his systematic breakdown of the legendary Marquez. The bell sounds with Sanchez clearly ahead on all scorecards, but as we know in boxing, one punch can change everything. The 7th round begins with Sanchez continuing his assault, but Marquez suddenly explodes with a picture-perfect counter right hand that lands flush on Sanchez's chin. Sanchez's legs wobble violently as the crowd erupts in disbelief. Marquez pounces like a wounded tiger, unleashing a furious combination. left hook, right uppercut, left hook to the body. Sanchez stumbles backward, his arms flailing as he tries to regain his balance. Marquez continues the assault, driving Sanchez into the ropes with another brutal combination. Sanchez is in serious trouble. His legs look like rubber as Marquez lands another crushing right hand. The crowd is on its feet as Marquez, his left eye nearly swollen shut, is suddenly turning the tide of this fight. Sanchez manages to clinch briefly to clear his head, but Marquez shrugs him off and continues the assault. The final 30 seconds sees Marquez land another stunning combination that has Sanchez reeling. The bell sounds to save Sanchez from further punishment, but what a dramatic turnaround. Marquez's corner erupts in celebration as their man may have just stolen the round with that late flurry. The 8th round begins with Marquez picking up where he left off, his punches sharp and accurate. He lands another crushing right hand that snaps Sanchez's head back. Sanchez, still visibly hurt from the previous round, is fighting more cautiously now. Marquez is controlling the action with his jab, setting up powerful right hands. He lands a beautiful 3-punch combination that backs Sanchez into the ropes. The crowd is chanting, "Dinamita! Dinamita!" as Marquez continues his assault. Just when it seems Marquez might be taking complete control, Sanchez digs deep and lands a crushing left hook to the body that makes Marquez wince in pain. Sanchez follows up with a right uppercut that snaps Marquez's head back, momentarily stopping his momentum. The final minute sees both men exchange heavy blows in the center of the ring. The bell sounds with the crowd on its feet, appreciating this incredible display of skill and heart from both warriors. The 9th round begins with Sanchez looking refreshed after that minute's rest. He comes out aggressively, stalking Marquez around the ring. Marquez's left eye is now completely swollen shut, making him vulnerable to Sanchez's right hands. Sanchez lands a crushing right hand to the body, followed by a left hook upstairs that snaps Marquez's head back. Marquez tries to counter, but Sanchez slips the punch and bam! A perfect right-hand lead connects flush on Marquez's jaw. Marquez's legs betray him as he crashes to the canvas. The crowd erupts as the referee begins his count. Marquez, showing the heart of a champion, struggles to rise, making it up at the count of 9 just before the referee reaches 10. Sanchez moves in for the finish, but Marquez somehow manages to survive by clinching and firing desperate counters. The bell sounds to end what may have been the decisive round of this epic battle. The bell rings for the 10th round, and Sanchez comes out like a man possessed. He knows Marquez is wounded. That left eye is now a grotesque, swollen mess, nearly sealed shut. Sanchez immediately takes the center of the ring, cutting off Marquez's escape routes with those gliding, predatory steps. Marquez, ever the warrior, tries to establish his jab, but Sanchez slips under it, and bam! A crushing right hand lands flush on Marquez's temple. The crowd roars as Marquez stumbles backward, his legs momentarily betraying him. Sanchez smells blood. He swarms forward, unleashing a furious 5-punch combination. Left hook to the body, right uppercut, left hook upstairs, right cross to the jaw, and another thudding left to the ribs. Marquez covers up valiantly, but the punches are slipping through his guard, each one snapping his head back with sickening force. Sanchez is fighting with controlled fury, his punches sharp, accurate, and delivered with malicious intent. Marquez, against all odds, fires back. A desperate counter right hand lands clean, momentarily stopping Sanchez in his tracks. But Sanchez just shakes it off and resumes his assault. He traps Marquez in the corner and digs 3 consecutive left hooks into the body, each one landing with a hollow, meaty thud that echoes through the arena. Marquez winces, his face contorted in pain, but he refuses to go down. With a minute left in the round, Sanchez switches his attack upstairs. A blistering right hand crashes through Marquez's guard, snapping his head back violently. Marquez's knees buckle, but somehow he stays upright. Sanchez, sensing the finish, pours it on, left hook, right cross, left uppercut, each punch landing with frightening precision. The bell finally sounds, saving Marquez from further punishment, but the damage has been done. Sanchez raises his arms as he walks back to his corner, knowing he's just 3 rounds away from victory. The 11th round begins with Marquez's corner, frantically working on his swollen eye between rounds, but it's no use. The damage is too severe. Sanchez wastes no time, immediately stepping into range and firing a sharp 1-2 that snaps Marquez's head back. Marquez, fighting on instinct alone, tries to counter, but Sanchez slips the punch and counters with a vicious left hook to the liver that makes Marquez audibly gasp. Sanchez is methodical now, breaking Marquez down piece by piece. He feints a jab, then cracks a right hand over the top that lands flush on Marquez's already damaged left eye. Marquez's face is a mess, blood trickling from his nose, his left eye completely shut, his breathing labored. Yet he refuses to surrender. He fires back a wild right hand that Sanchez narrowly avoids, then follows up with a desperate flurry that momentarily backs Sanchez up. But Sanchez regains control quickly. He steps inside and digs another brutal left hook to the body, then follows it up with a right uppercut that snaps Marquez's head back. The crowd is on its feet, sensing the end is near. Sanchez traps Marquez against the ropes and unloads a 10-punch combination, hooks, uppercuts, straight rights, all delivered with frightening accuracy. Marquez covers up, but several punches slip through, each one rattling his skull. The final 30 seconds is pure punishment. Sanchez lands a crushing right hand that sends Marquez stumbling into the ropes. The referee steps in close, watching carefully, but Marquez somehow stays upright. The bell rings, and Marquez staggers back to his corner, his face a mask of pain and determination. His corner looks at him with concern. They know their warrior is giving everything he has left. The bell rings for the 12th and final round, and the arena Coliseo erupts in appreciation for these 2 warriors. Sanchez, knowing he's ahead on the cards, could coast to a decision, but that's not his style. He comes out firing, determined to leave no doubt. A sharp jab snaps Marquez's head back, followed by a crushing right cross that lands flush on the jaw. Marquez wobbles, but refuses to go down. Sanchez steps up the assault, digging another left hook to the body that makes Marquez double over momentarily. Marquez, summoning every ounce of strength left in his battered body, fires back a desperate right hand that catches Sanchez flush. Sanchez stumbles back a step, shaking his head. Marquez still has power, even now. The crowd roars as Marquez, sensing one last chance, unleashes a wild flurry, left hook, right cross, left uppercut, but Sanchez blocks most of them and counters with a brutal right hand of his own. The final minute is sheer brutality. Sanchez traps Marquez in the corner and unloads a 15-punch combination, every punch thrown with fight-ending intent. Marquez covers up, his arms locked in a defensive shell, but the punches are slipping through, each one landing with sickening force. The referee is watching closely, his hand hovering near Marquez's back, ready to stop the fight if necessary. But Marquez, through sheer willpower, survives the onslaught. The final 10 seconds sees Sanchez land one last crushing right hand that sends Marquez stumbling across the ring. The bell sounds, and both men collapse into each other's arms, exhausted but respectful. The crowd gives them a standing ovation. This was boxing at its absolute finest. Sanchez raises his arms in victory, knowing he's just minutes away from a unanimous decision win. Marquez, battered but unbowed, nods in acknowledgement of his opponent's greatness. What a fight! What a night! After 12 grueling rounds of combat, the judges' scorecards are in. 119 to 108, 118 to 109, and 120 to 107. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Salvador Sanchez. The arena Coliseo erupts as Sanchez's hand is raised in victory. Both warriors embrace at center ring, their faces marked by the brutal battle they've just endured. Sanchez's relentless pressure, pinpoint accuracy, and devastating body attack proved too much, even for the legendary Juan Manuel Marquez tonight. Marquez, ever the warrior, showed heart beyond measure, surviving punishment that would have broken lesser men. I had to go bubbly less tonight because the Mexican customs agents would not let me bring in my bubbly unless I paid a 145% tariff. My bubbly is good, but not that good. I will now return you to our Bangkok studio. This is Knockout Nigel. Cheers.
You know, I was wondering why Knockout didn't say anything about bubbly. Now I know. Now, he wasn't going to pay a tariff. No, they weren't going to do that to Knockout. But I hope you enjoyed that fight. A little special fight there. Sanchez versus Marquez. If you don't know anything about Salvador Sanchez, check him out on YouTube. A great fighter. You know, many fighters, like Mike Tyson said, he's probably the greatest fighter ever. You know, so many guys said Marquez was just legendary. Just a legendary fighter. So check him out. And check out Juan Manuel Marquez if you've never seen him fight. Great fighters, just great, not only Mexican fighters, just fighters in general. But I hope you enjoyed those fights there. You know, both of them are simmed by Title Bout 2 PC game. And we're going to get right now to, because besides doing sims, we also talk about boxing history and what's going on in the real world of boxing. Right now, Jessica's going to give us some boxing history for the week. So take it away, Jessica.
This is Jessica, your martial arts champion with your boxing history for the week of May 4th through May 10th. May 4th, 2019, Saul Alvarez defeated Daniel Jacobs, defending his WBA, Super, WBC ring and lineal middleweight titles whilst obtaining the IBF middleweight title. May 5th, 2007, Floyd Mayweather Jr. defeated Oscar De La Hoya, taking the WBC junior middleweight title. May 6th, 1995, Oscar De La Hoya unified the WBO and IBF lightweight titles in his win against Rafael Ruelas. May 7, 2016, Canelo Alvarez knocked out Amir Khan in the 6th round. May 8, 2004, Manny Pacquiao defeated Juan Manuel Marquez for the featherweight championship. May 9, 1971, Carlos Monzon retained his title with a 3-round knockout of Nino Benvenuti. May 10, 1935, Tony Canzoneri recovered the world lightweight title over Lou Ambers. I want to wish everyone, especially our fans who listen on KUHS in Denver, a safe and happy Cinco de Mayo.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for that. And thank you for the greetings again as far as for Cinco de Mayo. And by the way, this weekend, if you're listening in on Cinco de Mayo weekend. A lot of fights were going on. And Jessica's going to tell you about the 3 major fights that occurred in Times Square in New York City over the weekend. So take it away, Jessica.
Rolando Rolly Romero landed it. A hard left hook followed by another that knocked down Ryan Garcia in the second round. Romero rode the momentum to an upset victory by unanimous decision in their 12-round welterweight fight Friday night in New York's iconic Times Square. Devin Haney failed to impress with his wide 12-round unanimous decision win over Jose Ramirez in their fight on Friday night on the Fatal Fury card at Times Square in New York City. The scores were 119 to 109. 119 to 109, and 118 to 110. Teofimo Lopez defended his junior welterweight title with a unanimous decision victory over Arnold Barboza Jr.
I want to tell you, that Devin Haney fight, you talking about putting you to sleep. My goodness. I don't know, and the commentators were talking about the fact, Antonio Tarver in particular, along with Jim Lampley, they were talking about how he just didn't look right. And Haney didn't look. Haney looked like he was afraid he's going to be hit again. It was very weird. I hope he gets himself together. He won the fight easily, but he just didn't look right. A year ago at this time, he was considered one of the best fighters in the world. He's still there if he gets his skills together, but that fight with Ryan Garcia may have taken a lot out of him. And even though Garcia cheated in that fight, and he got his comeuppance in this fight against Rolly Romero. I just hope Haney just gets it together, and maybe Haney's going to fight Romero next. I don't know. We'll have to see. And as far as Ryan Garcia, all he is, that's a hype job. That's all he is. He is not, a lot of folks who really don't know boxing, they're into Ryan. He's on YouTube, everything. He's a, online media star, but in reality, he's not that good a fighter. He really isn't. So I don't know. I doubt if the Haney-Garcia fight is going to take place now. Definitely not. But we'll see. But anyway, Jessica has some more information about, something I really hope I could go to. It's happening in Italy, but let me have Jessica talk about that.
The stage is set for the amazing Muay Thai World Festival, taking place from June 25th to 29th, 2025, in the historic city of Verona. This landmark event will unite the global Muay Thai community with over 1,600 registered participants and an extraordinary 860 fighters, vying for WBC Muay Thai World Championship glory across elite amateur and professional divisions. Organized under the banner of the World Boxing Council Muay Thai, with support from the Tourism Authority of Thailand and the Sports Authority of Thailand, the festival represents the pinnacle of international Muay Thai competition and cultural celebration. Athletes, coaches, officials, and enthusiasts from across the globe will gather for a 5-day spectacle that celebrates the art, heritage, and global unity of Muay Thai. Festival highlights include WBC Muay Thai World Championships, cultural exhibitions, Muay Thai superstar seminars, ring officials, and Muay Thai media workshops. This year's festival has drawn participation from an extraordinary 71 countries and territories. The amazing Muay Thai World Festival promises to be an unforgettable convergence of combat sports excellence and cultural diplomacy, reinforcing Muay Thai's growing influence as a truly global martial art.
It certainly is. I wish I could go to that. And that's one of these Saudis out there want to send some money or something so I can get a ticket and go to Italy. But the Muay Thai / WBC convention is going to be here in Bangkok in November. I definitely will be going to that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that information from Jessica. And as we always do, as I always say, this is a boxing variety show, and we're going to do a little music now, starting with the Lee Boys. And if this doesn't get you out your seat, I don't know what will. But this is the Lee Boys and Praise Jam. So let's hear that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Well, yeah, tell me who's ready for this? Yo, who's ready for this? I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Hey, let the melody play. Hey, big fans, are you ready for this? The all around honeys, are you ready for this? Hey, sweet boo, are you ready for this? My main man boo, are you ready for this? Debbie and Cootie, are you ready for this? Hey, sweet Tootie, are you ready for this? Hey, fans, are you ready for this? My man Saeed, are you ready for this? Hey, sweet John, are you ready for this? The solo honeys, are you ready for this? Wait a sec. Hey, Mikey, wait a sec. The Uptown crew, wait a sec. The Southwest honeys, wait a sec. 203, wait a sec. 203, wait a sec. The 212, wait a sec. Well, yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Hey, who's ready for this? Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Hey, Connoisseurs, honey, who's ready for this? Hey, Sweet John, who's ready for this? Yo, Mr. Cola, who's ready for this? Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. The Shady Staff crew, who's ready for this? Hey, Big Rep, who's ready for this? Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Hey, come on, we got to turn me loose. We got the body pumping, let's keep it jumping. Yo, like a pair of Timberland boots. Now turn me loose. Yo, we got the body bumping, let's keep it jumping, man. Hey, 2 and 2, yo. If you don't know, then you know. And here we go. Yo, the Hucklebucks Band Show. We're like a pair of, yo, turn me loose. I said the body pumping, let's keep it jumping. Also all night long the Sweet Lindsay and the Mount Vernon crew now. We gon' get down with Sweet Lindsay for a little something extra here. We ain't forgot you, girl. We gon' add you in there. Oh, turn me loose. Wait a sec. Hey, wait a sec. The Capitol Heights crew, wait a sec. Hey, Big Mike, wait a sec. Hey, Sweet Lindsay, wait a sec. Hey, Sweet Don, wait a sec. Hey, Connoisseurs, wait a sec. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Hey, who's ready for this? I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. I need to know who's ready for this. Yeah, tell me who's ready for this. Hey, Big Jamal, who's
talking about the contrast in music. That's from my hometown, D.C., the Huckabucks, and Who's Ready? And before that, we did the Lee Boys and Praise Jam. And what the Lee Boys are, they play sacred steel music. It comes out of Florida. You play the sacred steel guitar, similar to same music that you hear in Hawaii, but it's gospel music. It's just a whole different genre. I've done a number of shows over the years on my other shows where I've devoted the whole hour to sacred steel music, and I might do that, not on this show, but at least about 15 minutes to it sometime. I hope you enjoyed that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast, but we're getting ready to get out of here now. Hope you, if you're listening to this on a Cinco de Mayo weekend, hope you had a great Cinco de Mayo and also a safe and sound Cinco de Mayo. You know, I really, like I said earlier, I really miss being in Denver, down at Civic Center Park, enjoying the festivities. Really enjoyed that. But we got to get ready to get out of here now. Go in love and go in peace. We'll see you next time on the program. As I always say, when you get up in the morning, get up, get out of that bed, look in that mirror, hug yourself and say, I love myself. If you're sight impaired, get up, hug yourself and say, I love myself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't do anything. You don't love yourself because you don't love anything. So love yourself. Just do what you can. Give yourself a big hug and just be thankful and grateful for another day. And just do what you can in your community as far as everything from helping a senior in need, a young person in need, an animal that may be in distress. And do what you can. Pick up trash in your neighborhood. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Do it yourself. Because we're all in this together. You know, wars and rumors of wars. We all live on this big blue ball together. And do what you can. Bring some positive energy. I know it may seem like impossible at times, but do what you can to make it a better place and bring about some changes into the world. But this is Greg Rashid. Go in love and go in peace. We'll see you next time on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Thanks and have a great day.